You know, the worst thing that can happen to an election thief is to now, in bare face, begin to encourage thuggery and roguish behavior. I've played politics in Ogun State since 1999. Bar one incident in 2007, I do not have any recollection of any time in the history of our state where brigandage, misbehavior, thuggery, criminality, marauders and murderers have been elevated to the directive principle of state power, like has happened underneath the government of Dakwa Abiodun, the man I like to say the select governor of Ogun State, because you couldn't have won an election that is still very much being contested. Today was the beginning of the opening of the tribunal, and obviously a lot of people will go there. It is usual for leaders of political parties like us to show face so that we can just show solidarity, not like we're leaving all our followers to do all the hard work while we sit in the comfort of our air-conditioned room. And in my habit, I don't move around with thugs or, miscreants. I alighted a reasonable distance from the courthouse because I knew that parking would be a problem, and I proceeded to walk. As I moved towards the environment, I had seen the type of terrible characters that in decent societies they should be in prison, milling around and driving all over the place. Some of them are fairly known operators who play around their parks and garage and their ticketing and such beastly activities. I approached the court gate and it was locked. And I realized that there was no room in the court anymore. And I simply turned back. And as I make my way to leave, a horde of murderers descended, tried to, bring out weed, bring out kugels, brought out guns. And they were generally misbehaving at a point, because this is Abeokuta South, where we defeated them resoundly with all of their thuggery and all of their manipulative tendencies. I thought, okay, what could make them so upset? I couldn't find any. Luckily, the security vehicle was not too far off, and I entered into the security vehicle to make my way to leave. As typical of the kinds of nonsense that have become of Ogwanda Dakwa Abiodun, one of them snatched my glasses, which is quite pricey, and ran away with it while I was leaving. Luckily, I have a spare home, so I went back home and took another spare. What I would just want to say, I feel, first is to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president that is in the villa now. We have transferred power from one civilian administration to the other since 1999. Not even under Muhammadu Buhari has brigandage been tolerated to the level that we're beginning to see it now. If they are not attacking our people in Kogi, they are attacking us in Imo. If they are not attacking us in Imo, they are attacking us in Abeokuta. It was easy to explain an attack until I felt it physically, to ask myself that how does this type of madness happen here? Unfortunately, I saw the police standing by helpless, as though they don't even understand that they have a responsibility to keep the peace. I kept asking myself, how could you have been watching them hold guns, hold sticks, hold up, all of them shouting the name, Dakwa sent us, Dakwa Abiodun sent us, Dakwa Abiodun sent us. And I was asking myself, when did Ogun State become a place where governors send thugs for the opening day of tribunal? I'm not surprised. The first evidence of this type of behavior we saw from the rather gentleman governor, which we thought was a gentleman, was the show of shame that took place in Ijebu, in the entire Ogun East axis, where you saw operatives riding Okada, just misbehaving, and you're asking yourself, first, the tribunal is not going to give verdict on the first day. Second, at best, they are just opening the election. How does it become fashionable for you to mobilize miscreants to the place? So our position is that the President of the Court of Appeal, in his wisdom, should please relocate to the Ogun State Tribunal from Abeokuta because it's no longer safe, so that we can go and have that tribunal in the peaceful atmosphere of Abuja, and everybody can have the case adjudicated and we can deal with the outcome of the court cases.